succeed or why it actually what it means is that on Facebook, there's this guy who started this entire group. It's called Occupy Singapore, and then they want to occupy Raffles Place, MRT. But on the day whereby the threat started, mentioned they will occupy, he didn't turn up. So, yeah, so in a sense, it kind of failed. Anyway, that's the, yeah. In a sense, I didn't to me. Yeah, it's not. It's fully organized, but that's not what I can say.
Illegal gathering.
They don't have the right practice.
Yeah. They have the what's that, the domain, right? But they don't have the practice. Right. The third one, okay, I won't go through this because the fourth one is not very clear. But what happened is that they are talking about okay, this is about KM strategy, because the key thing is that we know about the key outcomes. Sorry, I make a mistake here. This is more of outcome. Strategic driver would be really to send a message out to the government or the corporate. Sorry about that kind of differentiation because I realize it. Yeah, but from all these things, right, if you move further down and further down and further down, you realize actually there are certain things that you need to accomplish. So there are certain KM practice that you need to do because of the certain strategic objectives, rather strategic drivers of business that you're trying to pursue. Yeah. So let's get back to our Act 2.
Right, now, my fellow cellmates, we of the Justice League of Dolphin Rescuers, right? We are gathered here today to learn some of the tacit knowledge that is required to carry out this mission successfully. First of all, we'll talk about bomb making. My fellow cellmate will also talk about location and strategy. Now, as far as this, what do you call that, bomb making is concerned, first of all, this is a concept map that I basically do, right? Your bomb is basically a chemical compound made up of properties, right? It has properties that is pertinent to sensitivity, chemical composition, velocity of detonation, so on and so forth. Now, we will be talking a lot about sensitivity because sensitivity of bombs to external stimuli especially will basically demarcate how bombs can be used as a tangible device, as a device that basically can give you the boom and the bang, right? This is a typical concept map of how we think a primary explosive, secondary explosive, and a tertiary explosive join up together to form your explosive train to carry out the actual attack. As far as bomb making is concerned, as you know that bomb making is not really rocket science. We have gathered quite a number of information from open sources, right? Now, open sources, as you know, it can be fact or myth. Since we derive it from pyro websites meaning to say that, as the name implies, basically talking about how you set fire, right? So we have rotten eggs, cyanide, all these are talking about chemical compounds, how they actually react to each other. Of course, some of the stuff we also gather from Wikipedia, and the most important one which we think is very credible is the e-book, we call it Anarchist cookbook. In fact, this cookbook you actually can buy it from Amazon, if I remember correctly, right? Now, it is credible because although it's written in 1970s by this guy called William Fowler, there was an FBI investigation report on this particular Anarchist cookbook. It basically revealed that it has information which appears to be accurate, although incomplete, right? But one of the things that is very specific to this book is that it is actually prefaced by this guy, Ian Bergman, who is an orthodox Marxist who believes in revolution to carry out government reforms, right? And it's also by this Lau Stewart, it's also published by this Lau Stewart who apparently provides the money to publish the book. And I think he sold quite a number, I think a few thousand books at least, who is sympathetic to the Castro regime. This is how we find that as far as bomb making is concerned, we derive this book as the main catalyst to how we intend to make our bomb, because it provides the recipes, it provides very specific quantities of how much chemical compounds are required to make the actual bomb, right? So as far as I mentioned earlier, I said bombs are actually made out of explosives, they are basically chemical compounds. They are concocted as an explosive train to basically maximize yield, damage, effectiveness of the bomb, right? And comprising of primary explosives, secondary explosives, and tertiary explosives. Now, for primary explosive, we have basically identified mercury permanganate, secondary as tetrol, and tertiary as NFO, which is a mixture of ammonium nitrate, a fertilizer. There's mixed with fuel oil. Concentration is about 95% ammonium nitrate as a fertilizer. And fuel oil, you're talking about gasoline, diesel, anything, right? As far as explosive train is concerned, we have to know that each of these explosion, the detonation actually augments the explosive power to act as a triggering point for the next group of explosive. So it basically goes this way. By the time you reach the tertiary explosive that forms the main bulk of the bomb, it actually gives the highest detonation velocity that actually creates the most destruction. So in other words, as far as bomb making is concerned, all we need is probably small quantities inside the blasting cap, right? Now, as far as the blasting cap is concerned, probably we will have small quantities of this mercury permanganate along with petrol, and they will probably be set off by the electric circuit or safety fuse. It's a fuse kind of blasting cap. They will set off the booster charge, and in turn you detonate the main charge. And this is what we call the explosive chain of reactions. Now, as far as to make the bomb is concerned, it will be a remote kind of detonation device. So we probably will remotely detonate to a mobile phone connected to a battery charge, right? That's connected to the blasting cap, and this is how the actual blasting cap will look like. Now, as far as NFO is concerned, we have ammonium nitrate, which we intend to buy in large quantities, mixed with fuel oil, and we put it inside oil drums. So this, in short, how the actual bomb will look like.
So what signal